I'm afraid I'd lose my friendship if I stop drinking. It's a fear that I hear a lot when working with people who are considering leaving their old drinking days behind. How would change my drinking affect my relationships? It's a legitimate challenge many people have to navigate when trying to leave alcohol behind, especially for us who are living in a culture where alcohol has so often become a central part of our social life. It's hard to not wonder what impact it would have on our relationship when we choose to no longer participate in the drinking culture. Sometimes people feel like they have to continue to drink, not because they still love it, but because they're afraid of what they may lose if they stop. How major life change often filter our relationships. So could letting go of alcohol affect your relationships? I wish I can tell you it was a myth that changing your relationship with alcohol will never affect your relationships. But that won't be entirely honest. The truth is, most major life change often become an unexpected factor in the relationships in our life. Whether it's graduating from college, changing jobs, moving cities, or even starting family, major life change often reshape our life. As priority shifts, some friendships naturally drift apart. The same thing can happen when we choose to leave behind our old drinking days. Looking back on my own journey, I now see similar laws happen as alcohol first start to take up more space in my life. As drinking-related activities slowly become my only preferred way of socializing, distance grows between me and friends who don't enjoy drinking. I'm embarrassed to say that deep in my love affair with alcohol, I barely noticed the slowly drifting apart. Oftentimes, we worry about what we may lose if we stop drinking, but fail to notice what we may already lost because of it. But true connection often endure. Realizing that some relationship may fade away may sadden you, but there is a deeper level of truth. A filter is selective. Will it shift out when no longer fits in your current stage of life? It also reveals the relationship that can grow with us through change. Our relationships are held together by many things. Some are held together by a single thread of commonality, like the same zip code, the same night class, the same gym membership, or the same passion for alcohol, while others are held together by something much more durable, shared value, common interests, or love and a genuine connection. Or some relationships fade when the single holding thread dissolves, others persevere and deepen through different seasons. From my own experience, people with whom we share true connection almost always find ways to remain in our life, even as we grow and change. How the story we tell ourselves keep us stuck. Of course, this insight only became available to me after I stepped out of that chapter of my life and looked back. When we are still living it from within, it's only human to focus on what we stand to lose. In doing so, we often lose sight of the fuller picture. Oftentimes, people mistakenly thinking that changing one's relationship with alcohol is all about willpower and discipline. They miss that what keep pulling a person back to the same drinking pattern is often not alcohol alone, but what alcohol represents in our life and what we're afraid we may lose if we fully let it go. In what I call the invisible drinking loop, I call it limiting narratives. A limiting narrative is a story we tell ourselves that hold us back or keep us stuck. One limiting narrative like, I will lose all my friends if I quit drinking is left unnamed and unexamined. It often becomes an invisible force that keeps us stuck in the same drinking pattern. A part of us want to grow beyond alcohol, yet another part of us want to hold on to it so that we don't lose everybody we care about. The first step of upgrading a limiting narrative is to become aware of the story we are telling ourselves. Beyond alcohol, seeing the fuller story. Once you are able to tell the fuller story, you may even be surprised to find that sometimes old relationships find their way back in our life as the season shifts. In the months after alcohol slowly faded out of my life, I found myself reconnecting with friendships that I once neglected as I prioritized alcohol. As we were laughing over some afternoon tea, it was like time had never passed. Will some of your relationship may change shape as you outgrow your old drinking pattern? You may also discover unexpected joy and connection waiting for you on the other end. If you are on a journey of leaving alcohol behind, you can find more insight and reflection like this on my website. Check out the link in the description section.